Hey Chris, I thought I'd just take this opportunity to make a video for everybody about this because this is a common question I get, and I actually wrote a blog about it on my website. It's worth checking out if you haven't read it already. I also have a blog post that goes over some of the parking options for Dry Creek. This blog post specifically is about shuttling on Bogus Basin Road, which was something I did for about a year and a half through Boise Bike Shuttle. But I wanted to highlight this because in this blog post, I know you can't really see these very well in the video, but this is Bogus Basin Road, and I went through and I highlighted like the parking spots. So if you do a self shuttle, you would park down here at Miller Gulch if you wanted to do like Hard Guy, Dry Creek, Shingle Creek, and then you would self shuttle up to the top. So I have a couple different things about that. I think there's even a pin, like this one here is for Dry Creek specifically. You're parking down here at the Sweet Connie Junction, which is the shuttle that I did. Or I didn't do the last time, but I do this one pretty regularly. You park down here, Sweet Connie comes out this way, but then you drive up to the Ridge Road 275 and you connect over and you park at the Mahalo Junction, and I'll show you where that's at. So this is onX Maps. This line you're seeing here that's like kind of teal, those are runs that I've already done, so that's why it's like that. But if you look right here, this is the Ridge Road, just coming off of Bogus Basin. Or sorry, this is actually coming off of around the mountain. So let's zoom out one more time. Right in here, this is the road coming up, and then you jump off of it onto the Ridge Road. So Bogus Basin Road here, going up to Bogus, and then the Ridge Road connects right up here, and you just drive the Ridge Road past Bogus Basin, past the around the mountain connection, and then you swing over right here above Mahalo, and then you can ride that down. This is a self shuttle. Obviously, you got to go back and pick your vehicle up. The shuttle services are still shut down here in Boise. No comment on that. But then from there, you just ride the Ridge Road. As you can see, I want to say it's like 2 miles of Ridge Road. It's really not bad. This whole section is very tolerable. This is a new section that they added, so there's really the only turns, and then you swing right over to Dry Creek right here. So it's not a bad ride to get over. It's actually kind of a nice little warm-up, as you can see from this little outline. I don't know how much you can see on that video, but the teal going from here from Bogus down the Ridge Road to Dry Creek, and then down Dry Creek back to the parking lot where you would self shuttle from. So that's something I would recommend if you're doing it that way. The other way I've heard people do, I personally have not done it. You can go up Hard Guy, which Hard Guy does live up to its name. So you would park down here at Miller Gulch, which is a common access point, or you could do the Dry Creek spot, but you would go over and up Shingle, or you'd have to climb Sheep Camp, which would kind of suck. But right here, I don't think I can zoom in more, but this is Hard Guy Trail, and it goes up, and it's a climb. I want to say it's like 23 or 2,400 foot of elevation gain, and you can see it loops up to the Ridge Road right in here, and then you hop onto the Ridge Road and you climb the Ridge Road back to Dry Creek to loop it. The other way, as you can see, Shingle Creek connects to Dry Creek. Actually, it might be a little off frame there, so let me just pull it over. So right here, Dry Creek and Shingle Creek connect, and so you could go up Dry Creek, hop onto Shingle Creek, climb it. It is a climb as well. I want to say it's probably around 2,200 foot, and then you're gonna loop. Let's move this back down, and then you're gonna loop over. You're gonna climb this little section here, work your way up, and then this connects. You can see this is the Ridge Road here, and then you're just cutting out that little bit of climb from the Ridge Road to Dry Creek. Hop onto Dry Creek and loop it. If you were doing that, I would say give yourself 3 to 4 hours to do it. That climb is pretty sustained. Likewise with Hard Guy, but as you can see on this map, everything kind of links back either to Sheep Camp, like these 3 trails link back to Sheep Camp, Dry Creek area. My guess is people, when they do it, link it to Miller Gulch. If you look on the heat maps on Strava, they're gonna start down here at Miller Gulch. This one's on here. It says it's something else. Connector Trailhead. I think a lot of it's Miller Gulch Trailhead. You can either do
little split down here or the connectors. So you could ride this up. You would then jump onto Sheep Camp, or maybe that's Hard Guy, and then climb Hard Guy all the way up, or you take Sheep Camp to Shingle to Dry Creek and then back down. You could either swing to the Bogus Basin Road and ride that back. Those are kind of the main options for doing it. Personally, I prefer to shuttle. I will self-shuttle or go with some friends and try and gather enough of us to warrant it, but I like shuttling this. The other way to shuttle it, if you don't have the off-road vehicle, because when you get onto that ridge road, you don't need a 4x4. You could definitely get away with a all-wheel drive Subaru, or like I have a RAV4. It works just fine. There's a couple little sections up here on the ridge road when you are, so this is around the mountain trail right here where it connects across the ridge road. So this is the ridge road. This blue is around the mountain, so it crosses it twice. So when I was running the shuttle, I would drop people here so they could ride around the mountain over to the ridge road. That video that you commented on, I parked right here. You can see the teal starts. I parked right there, and that was where we had to come back up to get our vehicle. The other thing you can do, and it's not as fun because it takes out a lot of the fun parts of Dry Creek Trail, which is what is commonly referred to as the chute, is this section here. Try not to get too far ahead because my brain's getting way out there, but this section here, from where the switchback starts and it swings over and then comes back to actual Dry Creek and then down, is really fun. But you see this connector? This is the Dry Creek connector from what is the land preserve area, which is this green section right here. I mapped all these trails a little while ago for Onyx, and you can see this whole area is all green and it's all old fire roads. It's not a lot of fun to ride. It's all overgrown and yada yada yada. But from Bogus Basin Road right here, it's at that hairpin just before Freddy Stack Rock connector that goes out. You can park here and you can ride over to the connector trail and drop down onto Dry Creek. Now the thing about it is, if you look at this, it's not exactly a straight shot. You're gonna come off of the spur up here and you're gonna ride. There's a couple pretty hefty climbs. Maybe spicy is a better word. They're just short and punchy. It's an old four-wheeler trail or service road. And then it swings all the way out and then drops down. This is long and flat and moon dusty. It doesn't get a lot of traffic, so it's just not a lot of fun, but it also kind of cuts off a lot of the fun stuff on Dry Creek. Now you still get a couple skinnies and you still get a couple creek crossings from where it comes down, and then it runs its way down Dry Creek. So it's still a fun option. It's just not as fun as doing the whole trail. So if you wanted to get a little taste of Dry Creek, that's one way to do it. Again, that is still a self-shuttle. You still got to go back and get your vehicle, but at least with that, when you're going back to get your vehicle, I might have it mapped on here. Let's see. On these sections, on these pictures, like this, going all the way up from Miller to the connector is 12.9 miles, 30 minutes of driving. Let's see, this one, it's a little closer from Dry Creek parking lot all the way up to Freddy Stack Rock is 7.8 miles. So that's a little closer to what you'd be looking at if you did the shorter spur just to drive back up. So you factor in 20 minutes to get up there, park a car, ride back down, get back in your shuttle car, drive back up and get your other one, and then drive back down. So you're looking at an hour and a half of just car shuttling. But that's one way to do it. So I hope this helps. I'm trying to answer the question, but also answer other questions that I tend to get with this trail in particular. If you haven't checked out filthycasualmtb.com, I have a lot of this stuff on there, and I'm constantly trying to come up with different features that highlight trails like this that are fun and give you enough information to make an informed decision before you go ride it. So like this blog on Dry Creek Trail specifically, I have a GoPro footage of the trail. Do I? There it is. I know it's there. There's the GoPro footage, so you can take a look at what's on the trail. And then there's some just little commentary on the trail itself. There's always, whenever I do these, there's always a link to a Strava ride so you can see the details as far as my time, the distance, the elevation. I think that stuff's really helpful when you're trying to plan rides. So
That's all I got. Hope that helps. Have a great day.